So this is for the Super Formula IGTL Championship, joined here by Budge, who will be commentating alongside me this race.
Hello there, good evening.
Yeah. So this is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a championship in Super Formula cars. And how did we come up with that now? So this evening we've got Brands Hatch, which everyone knows is a very interesting circuit. It should be fun to see them stay on the track, really. What are your thoughts on Brands Hatch?
Oh, I think it's an excellent little track. It's just a pity that speed's outgrown it, I think. They say it's a sort of driver's track, but it really is one of those that you put a foot wrong and you're spinning and you've gone from the front to the back. It's an awful lot of effort and concentration on this one to get a good battle.
It is, yeah, which we could see come quite crucial, because it's not an easy track to overtake on, as we've just seen Emperor Buttocks go off the track at turn 1, which is exactly what you were saying about putting a foot wrong. You've really, it's a sort of Monaco circuit style thing where you really have to be on the limit and be careful not to go over the limit, otherwise everything goes wrong.
Yeah, and there's also the chances that if you are slightly faster than the person in front of you, it is finding that opportunity. There are slower corners, but if you're going to throw it up the inside, there's every chance you're going to come a cropper with the other person as well.
Oh yeah.
So like you say, it is waiting until maybe the first corner.
Turn 2
crossing the line.
Turn 2 is your best opportunity. That first corner, you could try, and I'm sure we will see people trying, but it's due to the way that corner works is not exactly the easiest thing to overtake on.
No, you certainly need a good speed coming out of the last corner. If you can take that one well, get a bit of slipstream, maybe get it up the inside into that corner. But like you say, you then open yourself up for the hairpin and being caught back up again.
Yeah, a couple of things to keep an eye on is the tyre wear is on what some people would regard as quite ridiculous 25 times. So the tyres will degrade really quickly, which is going to be something to watch out for. So one spin or mistake and your tyres are pretty much done for the stint, which I believe we saw a lot of people tripping up over into Lagos in the first race. And another thing is the overtake button, which obviously won't be in use now, but come the race, drivers will have a button where they can manually deploy, get some extra speed, and we'll see how people use that, because that has obviously got to stay the same for the whole race. They've got to try and manage that for when they want to use it. Have you driven these cars, Budge? What are your thoughts on these cars?
No, I haven't. No, just recently it's been GR2 cars that I've been racing around, many evenings out, partying and off-road. But yeah, they certainly look a lot of fun. It looks like it takes quite a bit of work to get used to. So I think we're going to have quite an exciting evening with these cars going around. There's going to be lots of mistakes, some real close racing as well through quite a few of them, because quite a few people out there are very fast.
Yeah, they're fun to drive. For them to drive quickly, it can be a bit of a challenge. Knight Donna goes fastest so far in his sort of practice section, 7/10 up on Route 2. I believe he's subbing in for Herbie this race. He's on the hards as the Route 2. See how does he come across the line? Just how quicker is he? He does go quicker, but it's not quickest. Another one to watch out for will be Raiden, as he goes 3 seconds quicker than everyone else. As he does, yeah. Raiden, hotly tipped to be the favourite for this, because he is an incredibly quick driver, so he is probably the favourite to go on to win the championship, and probably most of these. He did win the Interlagos race, so he does have the championship lead. And the constructors, I'll just quickly go over the championships now. Before we go into this, just to catch up. I think it was Raiden, Ryton and Night Donner was your podium at the Interlagos race. Yeah. And so in the constructors, it is the Good Smile Racing, which is Raiden and Insisi. Our Good Smile Racing cars are the championship leaders in the constructors championship. The driver's kicking off a bit of dust here. Gravel going everywhere.
Yeah, I just caught an incident of McDonald going off. I think it was around sort of Hawthorne Bend area.
I have no clue on corner names for this circuit. I should probably have looked at them, so don't ask for me for corner names because I don't actually know them.
We'll see if you can learn some by the end of this then.
Yeah, that'll be the plan. Night Donner and Night. That's a Yorkshire T Racing car. It's actually a livery I designed because I wanted Yorkshire T Racing to be in this, but obviously if I'm not racing I can't be in them, so Night Donner's in it with, I'm trying to think now, I believe it is someone else in this race. Oh, Hunty's had a huge moment down the straight. He's gone off somewhere. May's gone off at the bottom of the straight.
Yeah, taking a little stroll across the grass.
Doing a bit of lawn maintenance.
So yeah, it looks like we've got quite a few that are on the first lap out. So just testing those corners.
There's only 9 of us on the track. I don't know, is there more in the lobby or? Yes, there is. We pretty much got the full lobby. Foxy. We are missing Foxy. I think we are actually missing Foxy. I don't think Foxy's going to be with us in this race.
Okay.
So it's just the one Yorkshire T Racing from Night Donner then. Because Foxy's his teammate. We all know him. If any of us are in the Discord, so we all know these two get along well. M3 guy's doing well, he's in 3rd at the moment.
Yeah, just watching him go round. Pretty smooth.
If I remember rightly, I think in the Interlagos race, M3 guy did do quite well. So he's not exactly slow in these things.
And a very difficult guy to overtake as well.
Yes, he is. He's
defending. Very good at his defending.
Yeah. He's hang on, someone's going to think Hans is just recovering from a spin in a Williams inspired livery for a team known as the Bottlers, which usually consists of Hansa and Herbie, but obviously Herbie can't make it, so it is Ruti in with him today. He's gone across the track again. He's really struggling with the track limits here. This is just run you through the grid real quickly then. So we've got Raiden, who's currently set the fastest time. He's on the Good Smile Racing with Insisi, and he's the championship leader after the first race. Night Donner, who's currently 2nd, Yorkshire T Racing. His teammate Foxy's not with him today. Insisi looking quite strong up in 3rd place at the moment, with Raiden's teammate. M3 guy, he's usually with ERT Ribs, who I don't think is on the track. Oh, and that's M3 guy. May, who's making his first race due to the departure of someone from the league. He's on the team with Walter. Ruti is replacing Herbie for this race as Walter in the other one. Hansa in the Bottlers team, as previously discussed. Hunty in the Red Bull team. And I think there's a couple of people that aren't on track yet. Yeah, there's Ryton Lad and Emperor Buttocks. They're on a team together. As Sonic Racing, an interesting livery concept from them too. As we are actually missing a fair few people. But the Sonic Racing of Emperor Buttocks, as he's recently changed his name, and Ryton Lad. I think Buttocks is in the Sonic car and Ryton's in the Tails livery. So it'd be interesting to see them on track. I mean, obviously they should win anyway. I mean, it's Sonic, can't really beat him. But Wrighton did finish second in Interlagos, so a decent start for him. But what can he do here? Got just 5 more minutes before we do a stuck check, which then signal the start to qualifying. Let's just watch Raiden for a bit.
Yeah, always look forward to the stuck check.
It starts off okay, they do the first couple of corners and it just, don't know what happens, everyone just starts bombing it into everyone.
Yeah, you also get to see who's on the ball as well, so someone will jump the stuck check or pull away.
Raiden's gone off, and Walter has as well, I think that was. I wonder if they've come together into turn 1. It'll be a very fun turn 1 because there's what, we've got, I think it's 11 people that have turned up today, which is unfortunately not everyone, but 11 people will all want to be making up positions at the start. And into a first corner that's like that, it could get interesting. So, a lot of people tend to look to be staying on the track, okay, and 3 guy and Rudy near each other. Still don't know, fine.
Close.
Yeah, you get a bit
come through Surtees.
Rudy will be picking up slipstream from M3 guy here, which could play to his advantage over the lap. But you can get held up for this final sector, which is quite high speed corners. Well, they're not exactly like flat, but it's not like a full on, you have to slow down, practically stop to get around them. Especially this one here, I think it's Dingle Down, I'm not certain on that.
Yeah, Dingle Down.
Oh, I know that one. Oof, yeah, Rudy getting a moment there.
That one in. Hey.
There's one.
But yeah, that's Dingle Down. Just apply the brakes a little bit, maybe stick it down a gear and throw it in. And hope for the best.
These cars though, what I have driven of them, the brakes are really good and the aero is really good. Like they've got some turning in these things, and these things pretty much stop dead. Oh, as Ruti gets a spin coming out of turn 2 there, that's not very good for a good lap time, I think. Well, they mostly seem to be able to keep it on the track. The only ones that aren't is when they are pushing for a lap. Just trying to find the limit. I think I had 3 guys just running 2 wheels on the grass there. Tyres look to be worn. Keep an eye on those tyres. Raiden's coming in at turn 1. Right on the edge.
That's unfortunate. Emperor Buttocks was 0.3 up over the first sector when got it horribly wrong from that Graham Hill. It was very squirmy. I think he's lost that speed now as he comes down Hawthorns. Yeah, he's lost that. He would have looked up to move up to about 5th, and he's just gone wide now at the bottom. But yeah, he was really pushing that lap.
Yeah, there's going to be a challenge is to get onto that straight. You want to sort of focus more on the exit speed because that is quite the straight, and it could be an overtaking opportunity using the overtake buttons. Hunty touches the grass there on the approach into Dingledale. It didn't look to affect him too much, just briefly touched the grass, but he looked to have gotten away fine. Someone has stopped at the bottom of the hill. It is Walter, who looks to have spun, I think, gone the wrong way. Sissy says he's coming out of the pits now. And he's on the grass at turn 1. So that's not ideal for his outlap. It's not one we want to... So Walter's gone off again on the exit of Dingledale, and that was there. Really looks to be struggling, does Walter. as he then zooms off into the pit lane. I think we're all on track now. We're ready to get the stuck check underway then, which then will lead into a 10-minute qualifying, so just let them all know that that is what is happening. So just hope, just make sure everybody who's racing has ready up. We're waiting Hansa, who's not on the track, so we should need to wait for Hansa to get ready up, and then we should be good to go.
Excellent.
As soon as Hansa's ready up. There we go, right. So we are now good for the stuck check, which then will... Oh, Emperor's just Buttocks has just quit off as well, and just come off the track. You would, wouldn't you? You did that on purpose. Here's your grid for the stuck check. That's Raiden on pole position. Teammate Insisi directly behind him, with Knight Donna splitting the two good small cars. This is only the stuck check, so don't pay too much attention. There's probably going to be an incident. Make sure everybody gets cleanly away at the beginning. Walter's jumped. Walter has jumped the start. Sissy's not moving. Has been someone stuck. It's Sissy. It's caused absolute chaos behind them. Three guy May. And Walter, I think, got in the way there. There's Yorkshire T, that's Knight Donna off, and Root is off, Brighton spins, Walter's been hit by Hunter. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a typical IGTL stuck check. It's pretty much how the stuck check works. So we go, I believe this is now qualifying to begin now then. Sissy is stuck. Right, we'll just wait for Sissy to come back. And that is why we do that, so that it doesn't happen in the race. Right, so we'll wait for Sissy, then we'll do a second stuck check. So this could just be a bit of extra practice.
What's the rules on qualifying tyres? Do you have to have them for the race tyre to start with, or can you change?
The only thing we have with tyres for qualifying is that the super softs are available in qualifying, but they're not available in the race. So obviously you get the quickest tyre for qualifying, it's just a qualifying tyre, and then in the race it's only softs, medium and hards, and you have to use at least 2 tyres in the race. How you do that is completely up to you, and with the 25 times tyre wear for 27 lap, I wouldn't be too surprised we didn't see many people on the softs. I mean, they might choose to go for the softs because obviously there's the added benefit of increased speed, but with the tyre wear, unless you're very careful with the tyres, the softs don't look to last long. I'm not sure how this circuit plays though on tyre wear, so I don't think this could be the worst circuit for tyre wear. Maybe through the final couple of sectors we could see where the most strain on tyres are, but the rest of it doesn't. I don't think it's quite the high tyre deg circuit as Root is drifting out of turn 2. Yep, we're all good, so we'll try a second stuck check and then hope that it works. Right, so this will be another stuck check then. This time it's May on pole position with them 3 guys in second. Someone's not on the grid again. One person's not on the grid. Nobody looked to jump the start there, but Walter is very slow off the start. Walter was very slow off the start, right? Had to quickly go around him. Someone's on skating. That looked to have all been fine. Although there's a bit of chaos kicking off behind the back. In fact, there's contact there across the two Good Smile cars. And I think that was Walter's just bombed everyone into turn 2 and has skittled about 5 of them. So I'd say that's a good strike. I think we were all good, so that does mean... It does mean the qualifying is now... Oh, we're being told to hold on a sec. Either way, we're doing 10-minute qualifying, so he's just going to have to miss out a bit qualifying because we can't be able to wait for much longer. 10 minutes to set as fast a lap time as you can, and everyone looks to have gone out practically instantly. We've got Nike, May, Raiden, Hansa, and Probotix all very close to each other on track. That's Nike slowing down just a bit. He's gone very wide off the track there. Emperor's gone around the outside of Hansa. So how would you take qualifying then? Would you try and follow one, or would you prefer to go for space?
Well, I tend to go out sort of halfway down the field, take my time, try and keep a good gap to the person in front. Or if I'm sat in the pits and someone who I think slightly faster than me, I'll go out following them, so I can use them as a gauge of where I'm going slower. If it's someone that I know slower, and there aren't that many, then I'll tend to sort of hang back quite a bit. That's the only problem you get is when people overtake you. But the other option is to go out last, but you've got accidents that people have. So if anyone goes off on their lap, you're going to be driving through that. Yeah. So it swings and roundabouts and luck. But yeah, I tend to like to go out and follow someone who's quite fast, just to see if I can get a little bit more speed from them.
Yeah, qualifying, it is quite the balancing act. The first person that's going to set a lap time is Raiden, so we'll just watch his first lap. To be fair, when I do qualifying, mainly for this track, to different tracks it's a bit different, but for this circuit in particular, I prefer just to be in my own space, because it's a tricky circuit to get right. So if you're behind someone, there is every chance that they'll go off, which could, depending on where they go off, could massively compromise your line, which doesn't help anything when you're trying to go as quick as you can. It gives me a bit of breathing space if I've not got anyone behind me, and if there's no one right in front of me, then there's less chance of them going off. So I prefer for this track to just have some space. So you find that easy to get through. Either way, Raiden comes across the line. It's looked a pretty decent lap. It is a 1 minute 6.5. That's a very solid lap from Raiden. 2.4 seconds up on Buttocks. Hansa coming up to the final corner, ghosted. So I think he's going slow for a penalty. He's just served or something. I don't. There's must have had an error somewhere, because he's like 10 seconds off the pace. Where does Rootsy come behind the other bottler's car? Second. Only just second ahead of Buttocks. Sissy. Hunty goes 4th. Sissy 5th. Sissy has a moment coming out of the first corner. He's now facing backwards. Going on the back end of a spin. That's caused a small incident. Everyone looks to have gotten through there. Race during quali. That would explain what's happened with Hansa. He looks to be having issues with other cars. That's exactly what we're talking about. Trying to get space in qualifying. And there's the exact reason as to why, what the benefit is for that. Someone looks to have stopped out of here.
Huntley having a little bit of a wide corner through Surtees.
Be Hunting right. Stopped. No, what I must say is quite a nice Red Bull livery. There's a couple of cars into the pits, which doesn't surprise me, because for this you want to burn off fuel, put in some fresh tyres. You've only got 10 minutes though, so you've got to set a lap in quickly. There's Wrighton, who I believe might be on the lap. He's looking pretty decent. He's currently 4th, just behind his teammate. Is he going to get himself on the front row? No, Wrighton's in the pit lane then. Bunty's in, Sissy's on an out lap, a 3 guy. I think he's just started a lap, unless he chooses to come in at the end of this lap. Hans are now apologising, so he's gone from complaining to apologising. So Walter's gone off, coming out of Dingledell, sort of doing a bit of lawn maintenance. Didn't look to cost him too much, didn't spin, just a lot of friction caused by the grass and the gravel. That will have hindered his lap time considerably, but will it still be an improvement? I don't think it will be. It is half a second up still for Walter. I don't think I'll move the position though. May hasn't set a lap time yet apparently, and Nike Donner, he's on a flying lap now. Yes, Fraggins, it is indeed qualifying. So join us as we are qualifying for the race. May pops himself into 4th place just by the smallest of margins, just behind Emperor Buttocks there.
Nike Donner over the line.
Nike Donner's second, 1.6 seconds off the pole time. Burning fuel, they probably will be burning fuel, but they've only got 5 minutes to try and get a lap in, so they are going to have to decide when do they go for it. Do they want to give themselves more chances and stop burning, or do they want to have one lap at the end on a low fuel and fresh tyres? A bit of a clump of cars going down the straight. There's a 3 guy, Wrighton, Nike Donner, all heading down this back straight together, like quite close to each other on the track.
Just catching Booty coming out of the last corner, seeing if he can improve on his 3rd position.
He's on an out lap, I don't think he will.
Is he?
Yeah. It'd be impressive if he did, but it's an out lap.
I'd seen him pushing around the last couple of corners and thought he was...
But now he's on a flying lap, so we'll see if he is able to go for it and see. He's gone purple in the 1st sector. He's not purple in the 2nd sector, however, but he is 6 temps up, which at the moment would be enough for him to get on that front row between Nike and Raiden. He's still 6 temps up, his sector seems very close. Oh, he's gone onto the grass, that could have cost him there. He might have lost a bit of time going out onto the grass. They're really pushing the limits, knowing that he's got a chance of getting on the front row of the grid, which in a track where overtaking is not the easiest, qualifying could be quite important. He's lost a lot of time there in that 3rd sector. Just one more corner to go. Will it be enough? Final corner, run up to the line. You want to try and keep an inside line so you've got less track space to go. And it is. He has done it. He's on the front row of the grid currently. Just a 10th ahead of Nike Donner. Raiden just improves his own time. A 1:05.8. That is an absolutely ridiculous lap time. He's 2 seconds ahead of the next best driver. Where's Nike Donner? Can Nike Donner answer and get back on that front row? It looks like we've got a battle going on for a front row spot here between Nike and Roti. Aaron Buttocks is doing an incredible job starting 4th. He's 7 tenths off Nike Donner's time, but 4th is still a pretty decent place to start. It gives him a chance at a podium should things go wrong. But May is practically breathing down his neck, 0.014 seconds, and splitting the 2 Sonic Racing cars at the moment. And in fact, he's half a tenth off Wrighton lad. So he's very close in his midfield in the qualifying times. Where's Nike Donner?
Nike Donner just coming out of Surtees. Now he's 0.26 up, I think he was back there. So it looks like if he keeps this up, he'll take the front row back off Ruti.
Half a second up, so that's quite considerable. Ruti's in the pit lanes as we approach the end of qualifying. Wrighton going slow, probably staying out of the way. Yep. Yeah, he's half a second up. This is looking like a decent lap for Knight Donner unless he throws it all the way at the final corner. It looks like Knight Donner's going to instantly respond and retake his front row spot. Yes, he does, and there we go. By 2 tenths, he is up on Ruti. Now, was Ruti? He's come out of the pits. I don't think Ruti's going to have time for another lap. And for Buttocks 4th, is he on a flying lap? I think he is, but I don't think Buttocks is going to improve with a second row start unless May can improve by like just anything really, and it could be 4th place and on the second row for May. And he's a 10th up, so May's a 10th up. Is it going to be 4th place? In fact, someone's just backed after, that's Raiden. Right, quali is now over. May's nearly half a second up. Quali is over, but what does May do? Does May improve? He does improve his time, and I think when Emperor Buttocks returns to the track, that will be enough to put May on 4th and on the second row of the grid. Right and Lad across the line does also improve, but I don't know if that's going to be any quicker than Emperor Buttocks. Not sure how far behind he was. There's the two good small racing. That's currently 1st and 5th, but obviously some have come out to change tyres, so we'll run through the grid when everyone is off the super softs and at the end of sector 1. But what a lap that was from Raiden to take pole position.
Raden's been head and shoulders through the qualifying above everybody else, like we thought earlier on. Yeah, 2 seconds you say faster than 2.2 seconds faster than the next person. That's something special.
He is an incredible qualifier, is Raiden. In anything he does, you can always expect him to start toward the front, and if it's not pole position, it's usually like second. Just reminding everyone to use 2 compounds of tyres in the race. So it'll be interesting to see the strategy choice that people are going with. We have 3 different compounds available. So we can see the congregation of cars. Just go wait for everyone to get to the end of sector 1, and so symbolising that everybody is ready. I think there's someone staying in the pits. May those.
We still have Hansa out on the super softs at the moment.
Ruti's also on the super softs.
Oh, he's just gone in, I think, whether he's going to keep him. Yeah.
He's just checked. Hansa is still on super soft tyres. As is Walt. Walter's on hards, and 3 guys on hards, mediums. Just checking everyone's off the super soft. Hansa is still on super soft, so I'll just let him know. In fact, I can ban super soft tyres, can't I, from this position? Give me a second. Then I can just go boom, and then yeah, that works. Alright, so now that's forced Hansa onto them. So then with that, then we'll just run through the grid real quickly. ERT Raiden X, 1.9 seconds quicker than Knight Donner, who will start on the front row. Ruti did a great job getting into 3rd place. In the end, May did get 4th, sneaking on to that second row of the grid. Ahead of Emperor Buttocks, who does well to start 5th. The other, his teammate Right and Lad, will start 6th for this race. Raiden's teammate Incisi down in 7th place, but I'm afraid we can't all be as quick as Raiden, so still a solid performance from him. Hunter, 8th place, 9th is M3 Guy, 10th is Walter, and in 11th is ERT Hansa. I guess we are now ready to go. Why have I done? So I shall now start the race. 27 laps, Brands Hatch. There can only be one winner and 10 other drivers Points are awarded to the top 10, so one person will unfortunately not score points from this race. Here we go then, on the grid, it's Raiden and Nike Donna on the front row of the grid, sharing that front row. The two A+ drivers, one person will not score points, but who will it be? And in 27 laps time, who will we be crowning the winner? Here we are, on the grid, it's round 2 of 8 for a great race in Interlagos. I can't see the lights from this camera angle, but we'll go with it anyway. Building the tension. It's lights out and away we go. Good stuff from Raiden, but Nike Donna looks to have instantly gotten away well off the line, and he looks to have tried to get around the outside of Raiden into turn 1, and he has. Nike Donna's done exactly what he needed to do. How does everyone fare through the first corner? Someone's gone off, I think that's Bullock. It's gone off in the background, and he's dropped all the way to the back from 5th on the grid. There's been contact. Wrighton and Hunty, I think, have come together. Walter's trying to sneak his way through on Hansa, and what an incredible start that was from Nike Donna. He's done exactly what he needed to do, and that was to jump Raiden off the line. Now Raiden's got to fight his way back past, and on a track where overtaking's not exactly the easiest, I'm sure he'll find a way. Here comes Hansa coming down the inside on Hunty, and he has made the move into 7th. Can he get Wrighton as well? He looks to try. Hunty's gone off, and Walter's into 8th place. And 3-guy 9th, disappointingly from Buttocks, who looks to have just fallen off at the first corner, has dropped all the way down to 9th place, but trying to get his way put as Wrighton drops back. Meanwhile, what was your view on the start then?
Well, it's an excellent start by Nike Donna. If you have a look at his tyre selection, he's actually starting on the softs. So he was up alongside Raiden X with his hard, so it wasn't that much of a surprise that he managed to get past him, but he is pulling away slightly at this stage. I thought the 2 seconds between the hard and the soft would bring him a little bit closer, but yeah, that was an excellent start by Nike Donna. It's a very good strategy that he's put in place there. It just depends how long those tyres are going to stay before they start clipping him, and he's going to have to do that pit stop. But there's a lot of touching in at the back as well. We had Emperor Bucks that was just going wide. I'm not sure if he was touched. I think he just took a long wide angle into the first corner and just got a little bit wide there, and that slowed him down coming back on.
Yeah, as you said,
they're all settling down.
They do look to be settling down, but Wrighton's really sniffing up the back of M3 guy. Wrighton did pull out to a podium in Interlagos. He's now down in 9th place. Does he deploy the overtake button? No one looks to be using their overtake button too much, or at least I can't see if they are or not. They're not, but there goes Wrighton down the inside, and that's the move done on M3 guy. He moves up into 7th. Wrighton's teammate Emperor Butters is trying to come back through the order after what could only be described not the best or ideal start. Mays kicking over the gravel there. So then Raiden needs to hunt down. He's 1.6 seconds back on Nike Donna. There's a huge train from 5th downwards here, coming into the final corner.
Yeah, they've got Indesy there, and then MJ Walters, Wrighton Lad, and P3 three guys well, going to be coming back up into that.
Here comes Wrighton, down the inside goes Wrighton. Sorry about that, but Wrighton went for it into turn 1, and he's made it work. Walters fighting back, however. In fact, Wright might have tapped in Sissy a bit there, but it's nothing too major. Very close racing early on in this race. Ooh, Sissy getting a moment.
Yeah, he did well to hold that. Thought he was going to be losing it.
Meanwhile, Emperor Buttocks is going for it on Hunter, and he's done it. But will Hunter be able to fight back? You've got to remember, the overtake button is in effect here. Small use of the overtake from Buttocks as far as he came onto this. Not a lot of drivers are using their overtake button in the early stage of this race. I wonder if they're saving it for later.
We had Indesy and MJ Walters side by side again. MJ Walters just going slightly slower through as they come through Dingle Down. So close, these two, swapping positions.
Oh, they've both gone off.
Going off wide. Oh, that's opened it up for M3 guy to come through there.
And Hans M3 guy, he has got them both, but they're still going side by side, and Indesy yields in the end.
And up front, we've now got Raiden X just reeling Nike Donna in. He's now 0.3 behind him.
He's all over the back of him, but as you can see, Nike Donna's not touched his overtake button. Raiden has used nearly a quarter of it already, and we're only 4 laps in. You've got to preserve it. Raiden looked to sniff an opportunity there, filling in the mirrors. These two, they're both very quick drivers. but Nike Donna's got to be aware that it is Raiden behind him, and he's not. We'll see how long he can hold on to him. But as I said, Raiden has used nearly a quarter of his overtake button, only 4 laps in, getting a lot onto the grass coming out of the penultimate corner there. That's going to lost him a lot of time. He's now a second back.
I definitely wouldn't want to be Nike Donna's front left tyre though. That's nearly 3/4 of the way down.
That is not ideal. We're only 5 laps in. Only 5 laps in, and these tyres are already starting to let go. These high deg tyres are starting to come into their own now. Wrighton's done a good job of conserving his tyres on soft, and you've got to imagine the pace that Wrighton's been going at. He's made some incredible overtakes. This could work for Wrighton in the long run. Just looking through the tyre selection. Sorry, you were saying?
I was just watching him as he was coming out of Druids there, and he was quite really tidy through there. Just had a little squirm as he came out as the tyres are starting to go. But it looks like he's been really smooth through the corners early on, got the traffic out of the way. And yeah, right and lad, we've got to keep our eyes open for him later on.
Yep, Nike and Raiden are very close yet again coming into these final couple of corners. Where does Raiden go for it? He's shaping up a move. I've just looked through the quick flick through the tyre selection, and the general consensus seems to be hards and mediums. Nike Donna's in. Nike Donna in then at the end of lap 5, and I think did he hit the pit wall there on it? Nike Donna spun. Oh, it's gone all wrong for Nike Donna. He's got it wrong coming into the pits, and it's reset him on the track. Oh, disaster from Nike Donna. That could just cost him the race there, because he tried. I saw that then he tried getting into the pits. I thought he clipped the pit wall and entry, and as the camera angle changed, I saw him facing sideways and it reset him on the track. So now he's got to do a whole other lap with his tyres looking like that. They're absolutely dead. Meanwhile, another man on the soft, Wrighton, probably will be coming in the next couple of laps. That's practically handed Raiden the win. That is really unfortunate. May is on the back of Ruti though.
Yeah, just pushed it that little bit too much, maybe that last corner. Of course he had Raiden X right up behind him, so he was pushing it that hard, failed to get it in on that corner, but it's harsh to reset. Hopefully he'll get his head down and push on, and he'll come back towards the top, towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I reckon
he's certainly capable of it.
Podium definitely still within grasp, but that tyre is completely destroyed. Does he get the pit lane right this time? Yes, he has. He's managed to make it into the pits. Fueling is obviously in this as well. Wrighton's going on again, so I think he's quite going on long. Hansa also on the softs. I think his tyres might be in a better condition than that of Wrighton's. Although Hansa's in the pits then. Walter does obviously continue on the tyres. Walter and Hunty are on, both on hards. Yeah, the general consensus for tyres seems to be hards on mediums, with I think it just being Nike, Wrighton and Hansa, the only 3 drivers that started on the softs. Obviously, Nike probably chose the softs to try and get that jump on Raiden, which he did exactly that. Obviously, and Hansa starting down at the back, probably wanted the softs to try and make some progress in the early part of the race, and has done so, but comes out 10th place. 2 seconds ahead of Sissi, who's not exactly doing too well here. He's out the points.
Well, we've now got May catching Ruti for 2nd place. He's under a second now, 0.7 as Ruti goes into the pit. That's allowing May to carry on past.
They were on the same tyres on those mediums. The strategy's really coming into its own. Nike Donna back into 3rd place as Wrighton comes into the pit lane now for his first stop. The hards look to be going quite some distance. What tyre did Nike Donna pit? Nike Donna has pitted onto another set of the softs.
Yeah, so this should be very interesting with him catching Ruti. Ruti on a medium tyre, so he's going to be slightly slower out of the corners.
Ruti's also trying to do his own fight to try and close that gap down to May and work that undercut, because he's pitting in 1 lap earlier. I reckon May's going to pit in because his tyres are absolutely shredded. Ruti, however, has got to try and catch up to Mir whilst keeping Night Donner at base. It could be interesting to see how they manage this exactly. Night Donner looks to be shaping up a move, but I think it knows it's not going to be easy to overtake around this part of the track. Does Mir come into the pits? No. Now that is very interesting that Mir's continued on. Here comes Night Donner. Is he going to go for it into the first corner? He looked to go for it. He made it look like he was going. Ruti left him room. Does he get the exit? Is he going to go for it into turn 2? No, Ruti plays it defensively. Well done for him. Mir has lost like nearly a second staying out just another lap. If I was Mir, I'd probably pit in, but I mean, I don't know what strategy he is going with. Meanwhile, hello then, Colm. Can't shake the cliche. Glad to the stream. I don't know how long you've had your message there, but welcome to the stream anyway. This is currently the battle. We've got Ruti, we've got Night Donner. These two trying to go at each other for third place. Both have pitted in, so it's going to be interesting to see how they end up, because they've obviously got their different battles that they've tried to undercut. Does May come into the pits this lap? He surely has to. The Night Donner's lost quite a bit of time there on Ruti, so it's not been the cleanest of laps from him. May's staying out again.
He's absolutely loving those tyres. But yeah, that front left of his is, yeah, screaming to be changed.
This is honestly good, because there is Ruti, who's already pitting, but he gets a moment out of turn 2. But with Ruti already pitting, and he's now within 2 seconds of him, he's nearly a pit stop ahead. And these two were so close before the pit stop window. Has May just thrown away a shot at a podium by staying out this long, or does he have a trick up his sleeve? Ruti, Night Donner have pretty much got full overtake. May has got less than half.
Yeah, we had Wright and Ladd using a bit of his overtake down the straight, pushing himself through Hawthorns. He's really trying to get his head down, catch up with Night Donner. It's only 8.4 behind, once we know Night Donner's being held up by Ruti. So we could well have Wright and Ladd up behind quite soon, as he takes a stroll onto the grass.
Raiden's in from the lead. May is in. Raiden out of the pits. He's still a long way in front, so yeah, that has not worked for Night Donner. Sorry about that, Ribs. I think the timing must have just been a bit awkward. Ribs, you unfortunately did just miss out on this race. But he's hoping for the next one.
Oh, has he got... Is that British Standard Time? It's not Greenwich Mean Time.
Yes.
The clocks went forward, so that lad.
I think that might have tripped Ribs up a bit now getting into this race, which is unfortunate because there is May going across the grass on these fresh new tyres. He's chosen to go on the hards. So May's gone from mediums to hard tyres. Raiden's gone onto the mediums. Ruti going to have to stop again because he's chosen to go onto another set of mediums. Night Donner's going to have to stop again very shortly because his sauce looked to be deteriorating. In fact, Night Donner's sauce, the fact that they've gone might actually contribute to the fact that Night Donner's really fallen behind Ruti. And in fact, Night Donner's in. Does he get the pit lane right this time? Yes, he does. Wrighton. He is coming across now. Wrighton's going to get in front of Night Donner. Where's May? Is May going to get close enough to get in front? I think he will. And Three Guy probably not. But Wrighton, lad, has driven an absolutely astonishing race considering we saw him in about 10th at the beginning of the race. He's now up into 3rd place. I'm with the purple sector 1.
Excellent drive. Excellent drive by him. So May's just dropping back. Night Donner coming back out.
So is Night Donner, he's out in 5th place now, so he's going to rally for try some pitting in. At the back it is Emperor Buttocks, who very unfortunately drops back at the start. He does not look to be getting much better for him. The pack do start to thinning out a bit now. In fact, Raiden has lapped Hansa, so Hansa a lap down. Hoping that I've got in the way. Raiden says a brand new fastest lap, beating his own fastest lap with a 1 minute 7.0.
I think the Bryson lad is absolutely flying, but his fastest lap is 2 seconds slower than Raiden X's. So it just shows how fast he is out front.
It is, and it's like he's so far ahead, but he's not slowing down. Like he's ahead by 10, 13 seconds there, but he's still going for it. He's treating every lap like a qualifying lap while still getting the most out of tyres, and that's probably one of the things that really separates Raiden from most other people, is his just ability to just set consistent qualifying laps, just lap after lap. And it's really told him ahead. He's now come through the lap Emperor buttocks. Look to have gone through there cleanly as they go into the final corner. He gets out of the way then. So Wrighton, he has driven an incredible race, and it's funny we mentioned that because we did say earlier to watch for Wrighton later on, because he did an incredible job at looking after his soft tyres to go laps long. In fact, I think him and Ruti pitted in on the same lap, and that was with Ruti on mediums.
So we've got a really close battle now for 7th between Hunty and M3 guy.
How do they play this then?
0.2 of a second.
He's very close. Hunty's gone. Hunty has fallen off the track. And he's now behind him. He is now behind M3 guy. Is there another battle going on? That is Sissy's fallen off. Sissy's been lapped by his teammate. Allows Emperor Buttocks to get through. But there's a bit of a corner cut there, but I don't think that was anything too major. So yeah, Sissy a lap down on his teammate. He is in the points, ahead of Hansa still. But Hunty, I don't think he's going to give up on this one. He's going to surely try and get back at M3 guy. Meanwhile, May is closing that gap down. It's just a second now. It's half a second. It's getting really small. May and Wrighton for a spot on the podium. And Night Donner is in hot pursuit. Wrighton's gone off. And that gives May the position now for 3rd. Night Donner still chasing.
It's all to play for still as we're just over halfway.
The spot for 3rd place is really kicking off a battle. Who is going to get on this podium? May, Wrighton, or Knight? Let's not do it.
It could be any of them. The amount of time they swap positions, we've got different tyres. Obviously, but Wrighton's tyres are starting to go down. Donner's just starting to drop. But if we're looking at tyres, we've got MJ Walter in 6th. His tyres are starting to go really bad, and he's being caught by M3 guy.
Yes, this could be a good battle because we know M3 guy, he can be quite aggressive. He can be a fun person to drive against in a battle, and I would know, I've done it a couple of times, but sometimes he does get really aggressive. And I have come a cropper with that in some of the Group 3 races with him. But it is fun to see drivers really muscling at each other's throats, but surely that tyre wear is causing an effect, as here comes M3 guy down the inside. Does he get Walter? No, he pulls out of that one, backs out, tries to get him on the straight. I'm willing to bet M3 guys, he did not look to get the run there. Overtake button, is it in use? No.
Now M3 guys getting blue flags.
Wrighton's in. Wrighton in the pits. That does allow Night Donner to continue chasing down May. As far as tyres, May's on hard. Night Donner, is on mediums. Wrighton goes on to the softs now, so back onto the soft tyres. Night Donner looking to make a mistake. I think he's made another error there in chasing down May. Walter is really pushing to try and stay in front, and Walter's going on again. Walter's going for another lap. Here comes M3 guy going down the inside into the first corner. They're alongside each other into turn 1. How's this going to work? They don't touch each other miraculously, but Raiden's going through a lap, and this could cause chaos between all 3 of them, and Raiden gets them both. M3 guy, did he look to follow them? Walter's gone a long way off. I think they made contact. M3 guy did back off to try and allow Walter back through. So Raiden might have caused absolute chaos in this battle. They're trying to lap them both. And throughout all of that, Hunty is gaining. He's suddenly trying to really close that gap up and try and go for 6th place in the background. That's Emperor Buttocks going quite wide.
Yes, really the battle at the moment is MJ Walter and Hunty. They're both on the harder tyre at the moment, and the wear's about the same.
Interesting. Surely they've got to pit in this lap though.
He should be coming in soon, so there's 3
Here
seconds.
comes M3 guy, here comes M3 guy going into Dingledell. That was quite an easy move, but M3 guy's gone. He's gone off the track, and that's really just putting into perspective what we were on about at the beginning of the stream about this circuit. It's not easy to overtake most of these corners. It's not the easiest thing to overtake on. Raiden in again then for his 2nd stop, I believe. But with May being 28 seconds behind, I don't think May's going to take the lead.
No, I think he could probably get himself a bacon butty from the van on the other side of the road. Eat it, get back in his car and still easily win this race.
Just a quick trip off to the burger van.
Yeah.
M3 guy then has dropped back a little bit, but Walter is still going. We've got 10 laps roughly to go in this race, although it will be slightly less for these because they have actually been lapped. So they're not on the lead lap. In fact, how far has been lapped by Red? Here comes M3 guy either way, they're coming down the straight. Is there a use of overtaking? No, there is not. And they go side by side coming down the straight. And M3 guys through. Walter, does he fight back? He looks to go for it, coming down the inside into the next corner. And Walter has done it. He's come back, but M3 guys come back again. Brilliant racing between these two. Does Walter go for it into Dingledale? No. Flows through. Surely, Walter, you've lost the position, Hunty. They are on about the same time and about the same way. Surely they've got a pit in. In fact, that's Raiden, I think, there, who has come out behind these two. Walter's continuing on again. It's bordering on suicide, this. What on earth is Walter thinking? Trying to go again. Hunty is in the pits then, so surely Walter's got to react now. Here comes Raiden. There's been contact. There's been contact. Try to lap Walter, because Walter must have unlapped himself when Raiden pitted, and there has been contact.
Yeah, looked like a bit of misunderstanding maybe there between MJ Walter. I think he decided to go to the right just as Raiden decided to go across there after he was taking avoiding action. So yeah, he got himself in the way, but I think it was more an accident by himself than anything malicious. Like we said, I think Raiden could quite easily park up for a while, enjoy the scenery and watch some of the other guys racing.
Meanwhile, Raiden trying to lap M3 guy, and M3 guy doesn't look to be yielding. It took him a while for M3 guy to yield. Did about 3 corners side by side with him, which is incredibly risky, and if you end up getting into an incident with the leader, that could end up with a really harsh penalty after the race, because, well, you're holding up the leader. Meanwhile, that incident between the two has allowed MJ Walter to get very close to the back of Buttocks. Come on, Walter, you've got a pit, and he is indeed. He's in. Buttocks also in the pits. So then, Hunty, has he got close enough? I reckon he has, you know. I think Hunty's got them both here. Hunty is coming to the pit exit, and he is indeed. Hunty has indeed managed to jump off Buttocks and MJ Walter. In fact, MJ Walter's also lost out to Buttocks here. Absolute disaster from Walter for staying out that long on those tyres. It has absolutely backfired.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot of point in staying out when your tyres are being ruined like that. Brands Hatch doesn't have the longest pit straight. It's not like Interlagos when you're in there for quite a while.
Or even Catalonia.
Making more frequent stops. Yeah, even there. So yeah,
Catalonia
nice
has...
in the pits back out.
Yeah, cause I swear Catalonia has like a minute sometimes. It's like 50 seconds to get through the pit lane with like fill up your car. It is ridiculous. So then Ruti trying to lap Walter, and he does that successfully, but Ruti's gone off, and crucially, something that has slipped unnoticed, Wrighton's on the podium again. Wrighton on the podium with Ruti fallen off the track for 3rd place. Wrighton has gotten through. Now Wrighton's got a lap MJ Walter. Wrighton touches over the grass. May's in the pits. Wrighton could be on for 2nd again. It could be another 2nd place for Wrighton. He's having an incredible start this season.
Wrighton's going to have to stop again. I
You reckon I'm right? A bit enough, because we saw him. We saw Wrighton do quite well on his tyres at the beginning of the race. Here comes Wrighton lapping Walter at turn 2. But yeah, Wrighton, he did a good job of keeping his tyres going, because I think he paid the same time as Ruti on the soft, whilst Ruti was on the medium. So he does do well at conserving his tyres in this race. And so if he can get these to the end, it'll be quite close though. But Ruti definitely will not have to pit again on those hard tyres. So I think Ruti's just banking on Wrighton having to make another stop. And that will allow Ruti into second place, surely. May will also get second, third, I believe, if Wrighton pits in. Not sure about Knight Donner, if he'll get out ahead. And 3 guys in the pits. Buttock seems to be going slow. Buttock has gone off. May's lapping Buttock. Ruti's been lapped. Ruti's lapping Walter, sorry. And M3 guy does get out ahead of Walter. So you can see these back markers are causing absolute chaos around this track, and it is brilliant. Because now May has suddenly gained up less than 2 seconds. But with very little overtake remaining, Ruti's got just over half of his overtake remaining. So that could... So Ruti saved his overtake probably for a situation just like this at the end of the race. And whilst all that has gone on, Raiden has gone on to set a 1 minute 6.5.
There we are, 35.5 seconds.
The 2 teammates are lapping, May's lapping his teammate.
See if Wrighton comes in this lap, or will he start for an extra one? Still can't see him getting to the end, so I think he's probably better off coming in with...
May has got he's got a sliver. He's going for it into the final corner. May look to go for that then. That didn't quite work. Wrighton in. So you are right. Wrighton does pit in. In fact, Knight Donner suddenly really close. I don't know how Knight Donner suddenly got so close. He is going for it. And with a lot of his overtake remaining, can Knight Donner sneak onto the podium toward the end of this race? Now then, Ruti's got a lot to work towards because he's got May and Knight Donner. And Knight Donner's got Walter in the way, and Walter has got Knight Donner between him and Emperor Buttocks. So if Emperor Buttocks gets close enough, lapping, and Knight Donner's through. Meanwhile, May's all over the back and he's using the rest of his overtake. Goes May trying down the back straight to get around the outside. He's trying to go very around the outside and it's not enough. And May sits in 3rd place for now. Raiden, in the pits from the lead yet again. Probably off for another trip at the burger van.
Plenty of time. So keeping an eye on Wrighton further back, he's managed to take a second out of Knight Donner in front of him already on this lap.
This has suddenly got interesting. May's going for it into the final corner. That got very tight. Ruti really closed that gap down then in the slipstream. So then May on the back, is he going to be enough into turn 2? He's going for it under the brakes. I think they've come together there. May is through. He is through on Ruti, but May gives the position back. Now Knight Donner has used that beautifully into turn 3. They go side by side. Knight Donner's trying to get through onto the podium. Has he made it? Yes, he has, I think. No, he's not. May manages to defend around the outside, heading into 4 now down the back straight. Knight Donner looks to have lost out a lot of time. Their blue flags are being waved. This has indeed just got interesting. It's no, May comes down the inside, not enough. Knight Donner stays on the track. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and she's not even warmed up her vocal cords yet. Here we go.
And just to add to that, Wrighton lad for 2 seconds on Knight Donner. During that lap.
May and Ruti got very close.
4.5.
Right, and he's trying to desperately get back into this. Here comes Knight Donner. May's going defensive. I think Knight Donner's using his overtake. Knight Donner switches. Is this going to be enough? It is indeed. May has run out of his overtake button. So that's probably something he's going to have to work on over the course of the season. Is in the event of something like this, you might want to serve your overtake till the end. Walter's gone off at turn 1. May trying to get that second place. This is a huge scrap for the podium, and any one of these could get it. En route, he gets an error coming out turn 2. May slips down the inside. En route, he tries to hold it around the outside. That's not enough. Where's Wrighton? Wrighton's 3 seconds back now. He desperately claws, and Night Donner to the inside. Ruti's gone off, and he's dropped off again. Now that surely means Wrighton's going to close up a lot. And there's contacts. Wrighton and Ruti haven't made contact somewhere as Ruti rejoins. There's a bit of a gap now between May and Night Donner. Wrighton is now into 4th place. Wrighton. The battle has slowed them down. It has indeed slowed them down, and now Ruti's just been unlapped by Emperor Buttocks. So then Night Donner, he's got a wheel spin. Night Donner's off. Night Donner has been off. Night Donner's off. He's made contact with May, trying to get a wheel spin coming out that penultimate corner, and that has caused absolute chaos. So then Night Donner trying, and that's probably cost him a shot at that 2nd place. But can I just point something out? I'm pretty sure the top, trying to figure out how many cars Raiden has lapped. It is quite the amount. He's done an incredible job. Night Donner, he's got a moment he's got a moment, and Wrighton slips up into 3rd. What is going on for Night Donner? He looks to have lost the podium, but now Wrighton's got to lap Walter. Walter has got front row seats to this. Wrighton gets around the outside of Walter. Does Night Donner now has to try and get through, and these lapped cars are absolutely causing chaos.
Yeah, that was Night Donner coming out of Druids, and he got caught up behind MJ Walter, and that's what pushed him wide onto the grass as he was trying to get round the back marker. And you can see he's still stuck behind him now. It's just allowing Wrighton lad to pull away in front on his much better tyres, it's got to be said.
In fact, now Night Donner's under pressure from Emperor Buttocks briefly there. Night Donner's spins have really started to cost him on the tyre wear. It looks like that's pretty much over for Night Donner, which is so unfortunate. He's raced so hard and he's tried, but it's just gone wrong for him today with the pit lane and just small little incidents. It does not seem to be working for him. But can Night Donner get made? This is going to be close. Raiden is coming in toward the final corner now. He has done everything right. He laps his teammate yet again around the final corner. Your winner for the 2nd race of the Super Formula, Raiden. Now then, can May hold off against Wrighton lad? That is the question. On the final lap, this is all for Wrighton.
Going down. His Hawthorns though, he's eating into him still, but where's he going to overtake if he does get and catch up with him? He'll have to throw it down into your favourite corner, Dingledale.
Dingledale, is it going to be enough? I think he's too far back to try and go for it. We've seen people try it in the final corner to varying degrees of success, but it's finished. Okay, note to self, extend the finish time for Raiden's sake, for everyone else's sake.
Yeah.
Either way, congratulations to JPS Raiden. Pole and the fastest lap. He's led, I believe he led every race after he tried to get off the start. But what a race it was in the end. That was an absolutely incredible race.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people we could mention in there. Obviously, you spoke about Night Donner there. So unlucky with the pit lane reset and getting caught behind some back markers there. Otherwise, he would have been, what should we say, an easy 2nd, I think, there. But no one was ever going to touch Raiden X there, way out in front. I've also enjoyed Wrighton lad. He was certainly pushing hard on quite a lot. I think it's because he went for a slightly different strategy than other people, so he was always on a faster tyre.
One thing I just want to quickly mention, we'll just see if they're up for it, but one thing I've had in mind for this on the stream is the sort of podium interviews. So we just invite the top 3 into the party and see if they want to have a talk about their race, or just let them know if they're up to it. It was, honestly, I think I need to lie down after that race. That was, honestly, it sort of got boring toward the middle, but then it just went ridiculous toward the end of the race, and it was honestly quite incredible. What a race.
Yeah, like I say, even towards the end, we still had the back markers. It's always good having the back markers involved. Most of them got out of the way. Other times it was just accidents, I think, with back markers. And unfortunate. Especially sometimes on this track, the people that take a corner slightly.
I'm just going to invite our top three here to just have an interview with them. Well, Wrighton hasn't got a mic, so I'm afraid Wrighton we can't speak to, but I think May and Three Guy are so busy racing. No, it's alright, you did not need to chat if you're racing. I wouldn't have expected you to. Three Guy, it's all good.
Yeah, excellent.
May, hello, welcome, well done.
Thank you very much.
We'll see if Raiden comes to join us. Here he is, look, right on cue. Unfortunately, Wrighton can't be with us, he doesn't have a mic. Kind of an issue with these, but yeah, we'll go with it anyway. First of all, well done to you both, it was a good race. You both did well. And I guess we'll start with Raiden, soon as you won. Raiden, were you getting bored during that race?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I don't know if you were watching the stream or anything. Me and Budge, we were sort of joking every time you pitted. Oh, he's off at Burger Van again.
Well, the most interesting part of that race for me was when MJ Walter decided to try and race me, even though I was lapping him twice. So he ended up crashing into me as well, which is quite annoying. But yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, it was a pretty boring race.
Also, you obviously
we were talking about how you were managing to be so fast around every single lap. It was a qualifying lap all the way through the race. And just seeing how much concentration you have to put into every corner to actually stay on the track around here, but to keep such a good speed all the way through. Mentally tired at the end, or it was a walk in the park?
It's more physically than mentally, I think.
Okay.
Just because you're trying to fight the car for like 27 laps, so.
So you're really throwing it into sort of Dingledale and the last couple of corners around there then, are you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once you get off the medium tyres, you go onto the... Sorry, go off the hard tyres, go to the mediums, you can just throw the car in a bit more and you have to work it a bit harder.
Okay. Yeah, excellent. Very well done.
just one more question for Raiden, who we will talk to you in a minute, Major. So Raiden, let's talk about the start. Knight completely jumped you off the line there. How do you think that happened?
He was on medium tyres.
Was that the whole reason?
Hard. Yeah, pretty much.
Because he didn't just jump you, he ended up like 2 seconds ahead by the end of the first lap. Like, that was...
Yeah, I'll tell you what it was, is because I went from doing the hot lap on the super soft tyres, and then I had no, like, I wasn't ready for the hard tyres, so I had a really slow first lap, but yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, he off the line, it's so much harder when you're on the slower compound tyre, so...
So, thanks for that, May. You did well, you did a good job, but you got incredibly lucky about how the race ended there.
Yeah, I was getting chased down. I think personally I could have kept him behind. It's quite difficult to overtake, especially in the last sector, so yeah, maybe it would have been very close to the line, but yeah, it was a good race. Some good scraps.
Budge, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, we were commentating as you were going round, and quite often we would find you, your tyres being a lot heavier worn than people that were around you, where the times you were going into the pits were a lot different than everyone else's. Was that something that you planned for beforehand, or was it just go out there and see what happens? Because you were either catching someone quickly or being drawn back in.
Yeah, so one thing I've noticed before in racing is that, especially on the pad, the tyre wear is quite a bit higher. So I thought I had to go on the harder compounds and work them a lot harder. And I didn't think the undercut was going to work because I didn't have the pace, one lap speed. That's why I qualified on the second row. And I thought if I worked the tyres harder and did the overcut, then maybe at the end of the stints I could catch people. And I think it just about worked. Got a bit lucky, but yeah, I think it worked in the end.
Yeah, I did think it was the way that you ended with the right amount of tyre on the wheel at the end of the race, rather than some people finishing with quite a lot of thread. So obviously you less time with the or more time actually wearing the tyres than in the pit changing them. So I think that helped you out through that.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I noticed as well, mate, was that you seemed quite aggressive in your use of the overtake button, in the sense that in those last couple of laps you didn't have any left, and the cars around you all had like at least half. Do you think that sort of played into how they were able to keep with you so well?
Look, to be honest, I could have used the overtake button a lot more strategically. I'm quite new to actually using it, deploying it, so it got a bit frustrating because obviously everyone else, like you mentioned, had the overtake left and I didn't. So I was sort of relying on them not getting within overtaking range. But of course, in the last lap, he got very close and maybe through the final corner would have used the overtake button and got me. But yeah, I think it worked out still, but it's something I need to work on for sure.
Yeah, so I was just saying this might be something to bear in mind as the rest of the season progresses. But all in all then, congratulations to you all. What was honestly an incredible race. You both did really well, and hope for success in the next one, which if I just have a look at the calendar real quick, I don't actually know my own calendar off by heart. I think I would. It is Catalonia next time. In the next 2 weeks we have the race around Catalonia, so good luck in the future, well done, and I'm going to end the stream here now anyway, so I'll see you all, and if you're watching the stream and you haven't already, subscribe please, and goodbye.